Okay, people often ask about 18-speed road ranges and how you shift them. Sounds all very complicated. You've got all of them gears. There's nothing to it. It's basically just an H pattern. Remember, we're right-hand drive. Across and forward is reverse. That's low. And it's the only time you'll use that position is if you need a really, really low gear. There are two positions there on the splitter. That's, I guess, 1 and 2. But for all intents and purposes, the rest of the gears, the ones that you normally use, are here, which is a second gear position, third, fourth, fifth. Lift the button up, 6, 7, 8, 9. Each one of those has also got a split in between. So essentially, if you want to look at it as each one being a gear, it goes like this. Forget those two there because you only use them rarely. First, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth. Then lift that button, 9th, 10th, 11th, 12th, 13, 14, 15, 16. So I won't use this one here, the splitter in the bottom box, because it's unnecessary at the moment. If I was in the big hills, or there are occasions when you do need to use them, but just for the purposes of this, I won't use it. And often I don't use it in the higher gears as well. But if I didn't do it here, you'd have no demonstration at all, really. So here we go. We're about to take off. I won't... I'll try and tell you what my revs are at the time and what gear it is, but I might get a bit busy too. So I'm just waiting for a break in traffic, not that there's much traffic here. A couple of motorbikes about to go past. So we're about to select that button back and that button down. So we'll call that second gear, I guess. And we've still got to wait a bit. In a minute, somebody will actually remove their digit and get going. I'll lift off and I'll start to move slowly. Our mate's gone to sleep. So we're at about 1200 revs. As you see, I'm not splitting each gear. Now this is a top gear in the bottom box. Now I will split it. We're doing about 20 kilometres an hour, 1500 revs. Now this is a compound change. We're dropping the button, lifting the button and going back into direct there. Again, we're only doing about 1500 revs. Normally I wouldn't be doing all these splits, but I'm just doing it for the demonstration. You'll see that I go into neutral and then back into the gear to do that split change. Every one I do the split change in neutral position. Here we go again, watch it. You'll also notice that most of the time I keep my hand right away from the gear stick unless I'm about to use it. It saves wear and tear on their linkages for no reason. See again, into neutral, flick the switch, put it back into gear. At the moment, depending on how you count your gears, we're in 17th gear. Sorry, 16th gear. Or 14th gear, depending whether you're counting the bottom two cogs. And now we're in the second top gear now, we've just gone into. And then we've only got one gear to go and we're in top slot, which is either 16 or 18 depending on how you count them. And as you see, we just went into it. And the speed at the moment is about, we're doing probably, when I changed, was probably doing about 90 kilometres an hour, about 50 mile an hour, I guess, 55. But of course we are accelerating. And essentially, that's all there is to it. There's no big deal. And going back through the gears is just the opposite process. I skip a lot of gears normally. And I don't follow any particular pattern. I read the terrain in front of me and see what it's telling me. And then I select the appropriate gear for the amount of gradient or other operating conditions. Some people, when they're starting out, and a lot of people, I guess, will teach you that you go through every gear all the time. But I just use with the ones that I need to do. Basically because I'm lazy and I've got a big engine out there in front of me that's got, 550 horsepower and about 2,000 foot-pound of torque. And it's easier for it to work rather than me. I'm too lazy to be working hard. Let the gearbox and the engine do it all for you. All right, that'll do. Thank you very much for listening and watching. If you did, catch you later.